shit like in my lifetime. I'm like, in my lifetime? What? We got like 30 years left in my lifetime. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get lost. You mentioned Gravity. You can't do all-time mistakes without mentioning the passing up of movie roles, which is Hollywood is just rife with them. Julie, but I don't think of Gravity is that big one. It won the Oscar. That's got to be the worst Oscar winner ever.
Yeah,
that movie stunk.
Yeah, I was very disappointed in that.
Like, it was like, whatever. I mean, sure, fine, cool, space movie. You know me, I'll watch any of that. But Best Picture, I think it won Best Picture, right?
Yeah, if not, it was, nominated and like the favorite to win it. Maybe it got upset.
Julia Roberts was supposed to play that role, and Sandra Bullock ended up with it. And I love these stories because, like, a lot of times they turn them down because they have to. They're just like, I'm already shooting another movie that I said yes. And imagine the feeling. Imagine if I was just like, yeah, no, man, like, sorry, I was like filming the rundown and like I missed out on like the greatest opportunity in the fucking world because I had some prior commitment to some bullshit. Because Sandra Bullock also, my favorite one of those stories is Will Smith passing on The Matrix. He was supposed to be Neo, and he read the script and was like, the fuck is this movie? Like, no, I don't get this shit at all. They also then turned to Sandra Bullock. Neo was going to be a chick.
Really?
Yeah, they were like so desperate to find someone that they were like, all right, like it could be a girl. Like if that works better, if Sandra Bullock is down, we'll just make Neo a girl. And then they ended up just hiring her Speed co-star. I think it was like, I don't know, go get the other guy instead.
And from Speed, Halle Berry passed on Sandra Bullock's role.
Wild. I mean, look, that's like a whole like 6 degrees of separation, right? Like that whole crew, all interconnected, passing on roles. Like the Matrix one that's where Keanu made big bucks because he had that he negotiated the licensing rights and he got like equity in the whole franchise. Ended up giving all the money away because he's the greatest fucking human alive. But big time move from him being Neo. And Will Smith missed on that one. How about John Travolta was supposed to be Forrest Gump? That I can't imagine.
No.
That one is hard to picture anybody else doing. And I wonder if it like Tom Hanks is that good of an actor, or like, like Leo once did, like a mentally challenged guy doing What's Eating Gilbert Grape, and like other great actors have done that. I wonder if you could have just replaced him, and that if anybody did a well done mentally disabled person, if it would have been a hit, or if it had to be Tom,
Yeah, I guess it's just because you've seen it and he did it so well. To me, I feel like Travolta would have ruined it. I don't know. I don't think he's like a bad actor, but I feel like he would have overdone it. And I feel like Tom Hanks sometimes his genius is in the subtlety. So I don't know.
And John Travolta famously played Danny Zuko in Grease, which they offered to Henry Winkler, the Fonz, which makes perfect sense.
Perfect sense.
I mean, they would have just been like, they probably wouldn't have called him Danny Zuko. They probably would have called him Arthur Fonzarelli. They would have just been like, fuck it, just do this instead.
It was the spinoff, yeah. I mean, they must have been like, we wrote this role for Fonzie, and now he doesn't want to do it. Like, what are we going to do with this thing?
And I mean, Travolta did that goofy, like, hey, babe, how you doing? I'm Danny Zuko. I think it worked, but
it was a Fonzie impression.
Fonzie, right. I mean, Fonzie just did the Fonz, and it worked out, like, perfectly. That one probably hurts, but at the same time, it's like, oh, okay, I'm just the Fonz. I'm not like Danny Zuko's the knockoff me, so no big deal. My favorite ones, if you look through this list of like movie roles, they had Christopher Plummer passed on being Gandalf, played by Ian McKellen, and Ian McKellen passed on playing Dumbledore, which was played by Michael Gambon. Those guys are all the same human.
Yeah.
All interchangeable. It's like, I would have bet my life Ian McKellen. Didn't he play Dumbledore after Dumbledore died or something like that? And they just like,
so.
Yeah. So I think that was just like, well, you didn't get to the first go round. I'll wait for that guy to be dead. I'll do it in like the later movies. But all of those guys, completely and utterly interchangeable. But for the most part.
I also thought, how like actors can't be, usually Marvel will sign you and say you can't be in a DC movie. Like you can't be two superheroes. Sometimes there's a few exceptions, but that's usually, I think like it wasn't like he passed on Dumbledore. It was like, you got to pick a wizard. Pick one.
Right,
You can only do one.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, but again, not really, because they look so exactly the goddamn same that I don't even think I would fucking notice.
Right.
But yeah, I could see that being like, and Emily Blunt passed on being Scarlett Johansson, the Black Widow, and she was like, it's okay. Like, I love those movies as is. You miss out on Avengers money, bro.
Oh, but she's definitely going to be Invisible Woman. Her and Krasinski are definitely going to be the Fantastic Four. I mean, if they're not, it's actually had a long enough time now that maybe it fell apart, but they were just like, they're the perfect. That's Krasinski's wife, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying that, or like that's actually rumored?
That's like been a rumor for a long time. Yeah.
Got it. That is hard. But also, like, remember when Idris Elba was supposed to be 007 and everyone thought that was going to happen and it just didn't?
Right.
So
this has actually been rumored for so long that there's a chance it falls apart, but that would have been perfect. I feel like that was a good chance.
Speaking of 007, this whole conversation is just 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Hugh Jackman had to turn down 007 to be Wolverine. If I presented those two to you, what would you pick?
I probably would have picked 007 because it's just that was at that time was proven. Yeah. But he played Wolverine for 20 years. I think you get 007. I don't know, you get him for at least probably 10. But I think he would have been a great 007. I think he could still be a great 007.
Yeah, well, he said that. He was like, I am still very much open to it. So, and he's even better now. Like, he's probably a little bit older, a little more distinguished.
Yeah, play the Sean Connery version. Yeah.
Sean Connery originally was like, I think Ian Sterling was like, Sean Connery is not it. He is not the one. Like, he's too sexual. He's too much of a player. That's not what James Bond is at all. And then they were just like, yes, it is. Yeah, I know it is.
They're like, no, that's the problem. And we're going to change that.
Yeah. Tom Selleck was supposed to be Indiana Jones, which that would have sucked. I mean, you have to have you have to have Harrison Ford. And then Harrison Ford was offered Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park, which would have been awesome. That would have been perfectly.
But I think I would have thought too much. Like, you better call him Indiana Jones then. Like, Indiana Jones better go to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that's true. But like that snide, like nasty sense of humor and all that is kind of perfect. I mean,